Podcast. My name is Eileen Nicole, and today we're going to be talking about PnB Rock. Unfortunately, he was murdered. It was a very disturbing murder because it was in broad daylight in California. Now, California is California is no novice to violence. California is known for being violent, but at the end of the day, it happened in broad daylight in front of everybody, in front of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. But one of the worst parts about it is that Roscoe's opened the restaurant back up just days after, he had died there, which is really weird, really, really weird. Anyway, PnB Rock is a rapper by the name of Rakim Hashim Allen, and his girlfriend him and his girlfriend Stephanie were eating at the extra ghetto Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Now, I've been to that Roscoe's, and I did think it was quite raggedy myself, and I thought, I'm not ever going back to this Roscoe's. It was just, I like a good dive, but the vibe, it's just a bad vibe over there anyway. Anyway, fans were blaming her for leading the killers to their location, even after it was revealed that he had posted his location too. Well, now it's been reported that a father and son duo have been finally captured and charged with his death. A third person, a woman, has also been taken in for questioning. She has not been charged yet. But the New York Times did report a report on this. So I'm read from the New York Times. It says a man and his teenage son have been charged with murder in connection with the fatal shooting of rapper PnB Rock at a restaurant in Los Angeles on September 12th, the authorities said on Thursday. The father, Freddie Lee Trone, 40, who was arrested in Las Vegas on Thursday, and his 17-year-old son, who was arrested in Lawndale, California on Tuesday, were each charged with 1 count of murder, 2 counts of second-degree robbery, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit robbery, the authorities said. Mr. Trone's wife, Chantel Trone, 32, was arrested in Gardena, California on Tuesday and charged with 1 count of being an accessory after the fact to the killing. So I stand corrected. She was actually charged. According to Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, it was not immediately clear if they had lawyers. The 17-year-old, who was not identified because he is a juvenile, is Ms. Trone's stepson. A spokesman of the district attorney office said the arrest came weeks after PnB Rock, a 30-year-old Philadelphia rapper whose legal name is Rakim Allen, was shot while having lunch with his girlfriend at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South LA in an attack that shocked his fans and the music industry. Now, one thing I want to point out is that it's becoming more and more normal to have a rapper be just blatantly killed, just splat everywhere. Young Dolph, which is what, I didn't really know his music, but I did know of him. He was also gunned down, and I was sad to hear that because I didn't know of him being in like gangs and having the gang life and promoting that. But more and more you have people, you have rappers that are dying from gunfire. I mean, Triple X Tentacion, he died in a hail of bullets outside. You have Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, you have PnB Rock, Mo 3. All of these rappers are, it's like a public display. And I'm not sure if any of you guys know, Mac Dre was also killed outside, in a hail of bullets. This is getting to be very disgusting. I mean, it's already disgusting, but I feel like it's going to get to the point of that movie called The Purge, where everybody's just killing everybody and the state is going to sanction it. Since that's what you seem to not be able to go a month without rappers dying. There was another young lady that was about to be signed to Kodak Black, who was also gunned down in a hail of bullets. She was gunned down probably for her jewelry, and this is just becoming more and more normal. And I think that the new normal means that this is the last days, because there's no way God is going to let this just be the new normal where everybody's just killing everybody. Innocent people too. These are not people who are going around promoting robbery. Now they are, a little bit flashy on social media, but they're not promoting them robbing you, or this whole robbing each other, and well, that's just what it is. You just need to check in. I just wholeheartedly disagree with that. No adult should have to check in with another adult to be okay, to be free. And they're saying that, oh, that's not extortion, but what is it? Because when you check in, what is it that you're doing and what is it that you're saying? And people are saying, well, just so that you're cool at the current location that you're at. So say you're flying into Atlanta, you're flying into Chicago, you're flying into New York, you need to check in. Who am I checking in with, and what am I telling them? And then once I tell them that, what's happening after that? Like, what's the protocol? And why is it that adults have to check in with other adults? If checking in is that prevalent, why is it that the Black community is suffering so hard? If checking in, as if you own the city, if you own the state. If you own the city and you own the state, shouldn't you have a more legal way to check in? Because I think it's very disrespectful to sit here and say that PnB Rock didn't check in right. I believe there's another rapper that got shot up and they said that he checked in late. I think it's just ridiculous that other adults have to check in, that adults have to check in with other adults. If you live that life, I guess, if that's what y'all do, but most people shouldn't have to do this thing. I really think that the gang life and the gang violence is becoming out of control, to where it's seeping out to where normal people, innocent people who have nothing to do with gang life, are going to be starting to be targeted. And this is where we all should be concerned. We should all be concerned with this whole culture, because it's starting to be a huge problem. Well, that's been the end of this episode today. What do you think about checking in? Or even if you, because they say, oh, well, if you're a civilian, that doesn't mean that you have to check in. But it's going to get to a point where that does mean you have to check in, even if you are a civilian. It's going to get to that point, and then there's going to be another goalpost move and another excuse as to why you should be checking in. Because I believe I've seen the basketball player, I forgot his name, but he isn't a gangbanger, and he's saying, oh, he has a video. Oh, I'm checking in. I'm on O Block and I'm checking in, but he's a regular person, right? But he's telling people that you should check in too, even though he's a professional. So that's what I'm saying. This is all leading up to where regular people are going to have to feel in fear of their lives just for going to work every day, or going, to visit family in another state. I think it's completely getting out of hand, and powwows need to be had. Men and women in the Black community need to get together and figure out a way that we're going to push back on this, because if we don't, it's going to get so bad to where the National Guard will have to step in. And I know that we don't want that. If the National Guard does have to step in, we might just be in those FEMA camps that they say don't exist, that do exist. Anyways, what do you think? Do you think that it's going to get bad to where the National Guard has to step in, to where we're going to have to be sanctioned and set in different types of cities? Because I feel like that's where this is going if we don't get a grip on it. Anyways, get in the comments. I would like to know what you think. I would like to have this conversation with you. All right, like, share, and subscribe, and you enjoy the rest of your day.